Our NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte used a mix of praise, gentle pushback, and even visual aids as he sought to ease tensions with President Donald Trump.
And of course, this meeting took place at the White House on Wednesday, but the US president said that he felt let down by members of the transatlantic alliance for not backing US war against Iran.
Well, let me just say, he's been a friend of mine. He's a great guy, great leader, great Secretary-General. Everybody respects him. And I appreciate your nice words, but you really have done a good job. And I think if anybody else were in that position, we wouldn't even be meeting today, to be honest with you, because we were let down. We didn't need help on this at all. We've demolished them in literally the first week. But it would have been nice if they would have said, we'd like to help.
Rutte defended NATO, pointing out that thousands of American aircraft operated from bases in Europe during the conflict. He also argued that allies' reluctance to support the United States war effort was limited to a few isolated cases.
One point, Rutte interrupted Trump's criticism of allies for moving too slowly to invest in their own security. Rutte said that he disagreed slightly and used cardboard charts to even show how NATO countries have significantly increased defense spending since Trump first took office in 2017.
Because I want to show you what this president was able to achieve. And I start with this chart. This chart is about the Trump trillion. The Trump trillion shows you the increase Europeans and Canadians are paying into defense since you took office in 2017. Right. Trump 45 plus Trump 47. A total of extra spend by the Europeans and the Canadians of 1.2 trillion.
But despite all that, Trump appeared unconvinced. At times, he interrupted Rutte to disagree with him, even as he praised the NATO chief's leadership. He was then asked what he wanted from NATO allies, and Trump's response was loyalty.
I just want their loyalty. We don't need their money. We don't need anything. We have the most powerful military in the world by far. But I just want loyalty. You know, we're so loyal to them. We're always fighting for them. We have thousands of troops all over Europe. In Germany, we have 50,000 troops. And then you want a little, give us a little nudge, give us a little kiss. We don't want much.
Well, Trump's latest criticism of NATO comes just 2 weeks before leaders of the alliance 32 member states are set to meet at a summit in Ankara. Trump said that he is attending the gathering out of respect for its host, Turkish President Erdogan.
Well, except for the fact that it was being held in Turkey by President Erdogan, I don't think I would have gone to it.
You must come for me.
But I might go for I mean, I wouldn't have gone for, you know, what we went through over the last 2 months with, you know, the various countries. But you're probably right. I would have gone for you.
After the meeting, the NATO chief told reporters that Trump remained fully committed to the alliance and said Washington would absolutely defend Europe in the event of an attack.
And for more details, our US correspondent Susan Tehrani sent us this report from New York.
NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte came to Washington with a clear message: praise for Donald Trump's leadership and support for his push to make allies spend more on defense. President Trump wants NATO allies to prove their value not just with words, but with money, military readiness, and even political support. Mark Rutte's White House visit is really about keeping Trump engaged ahead of the NATO summit. After the Iran crisis, Europe knows that Washington still carries the biggest security burden. So the question now is whether or not NATO allies and unity gets stronger under President Trump, or whether those allies are preparing for a future where America is less willing to lead. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.